What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day today. My goodness, what an exciting time it has been leading up to this Bitcoin halving. Bitcoin up over 3% at the time of making this video, basically leading the way again in the charts. Now, we did get all the way up to about $9,400 this morning, having a little bit of a pullback, right? We do have some massive resistance. In fact, this is probably the most critical resistance Bitcoin has actually really ever had. You could see right here leading into the halving, we have had this major downtrend pulling us down all the way since the all-time high. Look at this back here when Bitcoin was 20,000, then again around the 14,000 top, and we got stomped out again. And Bitcoin is literally sitting on this resistance right now at the time of making this video. So what does this mean for Bitcoin? Was that it for the run-up? Are we destined for a major pullback? Well, we do actually have one bullish potential golden cross that could happen on the daily, literally happening exactly during the Bitcoin halving, which we got to get into in just a bit. Not only to mention that, lots of people excited about buying Bitcoin and the Bitcoin halving. You can see searches over here on Google Trends in the US are at their all-time high for the past year. So this is definitely exciting. Oh, and I do want to point out the fact that there are a lot of miners that are actually pretty damn excited about the halving despite all the doom and gloom that you might be hearing. I'm going to show you a poll in just a minute. And yeah, guys, basically, if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. And oh, if you're wondering why I was cutting a Bitcoin sign in half in the beginning of this video, well, we're going to get into that as well. And if that sounds good to you, you are definitely going to want to stick around all the way to the end of this video. We do have some bullish news at the end. If that sounds good to you, you know what to do. If you're not subscribed, well, do consider it. We make these videos for the most part every single day, and make sure you turn on the bell notification because YouTube likes to sort of shadow ban these videos every once in a while. So let's dive in. Let's have a look. Bitcoin up over, actually got all the way up to $9,525 on the CME futures chart. Actually still sitting a little bit higher than the spot chart for Bitcoin today. We totally smashed the CME futures gap. Look at this. So we did have a breakout. Now we did have a little bit of people kind of concerned as to whether this was a descending triangle, an asymmetric triangle. Regardless of the fact, it still was coming out of a bullish flag, right? So even if it was a ascending or a asymmetric, it essentially was a bull flag. We did have the breakout. However, look at this. We are having a retest right here, okay, of the highs. So you don't want to have a double top. If you have a double top, then Bitcoin will look to sort of retest these levels again, and we could get a Bitcoin around $8,500, right? But having a look right here, this is the most critical. The fact that we have been held down by this resistance, this purple line right here, and that is exactly where Bitcoin touched literally this morning, and we've currently had a slight pullback. So there is one more trend that Bitcoin would have to break out of to be ultimate bullish, and that would be the top of the wicks right here. So essentially, well, that's actually pretty high, guys. That's up at around $11,300. But I mean, short term, we do need to have Bitcoin get above this $9,300 level, hold above this level, put in a nice solid candle, and that would be making me a lot more bullish in the short term. Long term, you guys know I'm a Bitcoin bull. Short term, we could have a pullback. In fact, I did speak about a potential 50% pullback in my last video, and you can see right here, we do have the 200 daily moving average right here, and if Bitcoin was to sort of bounce around here and get rejected, you know, we could potentially come down and retest that level. Currently, that is sitting at around $5,700. However, I wouldn't anticipate Bitcoin to fall directly down to those levels. I also want to talk about this potential golden cross on the daily right here. If we have this 50 daily moving average continuing its uptrend like this, with the 200 daily coming over to the right like this, it looks like we're actually about to have a golden cross literally either during the halving or just after the halving. If we do break out to the upside, well, then that would actually be very bullish for Bitcoin in the short term, leaving into the halving. In fact, we spoke about the fact that the last time Bitcoin had 7 consecutive green candles, you could see right here, we actually went on a massive tear over 100%. Well, currently Bitcoin is having that same pattern as well. And you could see that Bitcoin was held down by a massive resistance, basically like we are today. Not as massive, but it was still pretty incredible right here. And we did have the blast off. So maybe if Bitcoin can break above the resistance right here, we could start putting in some new shorter, higher highs, right? One thing I do want to point out though, is we do have Bitcoin breaking back into its triangle right here. Now this is for the Bitcoin dominance. So basically, if we go over here, you will notice that the dominance is up to 67% for Bitcoin. It was kind of hanging around that 66%. So what does that mean? Well, it means, for example, here's a very popular altcoin Chainlink. Chainlink is up today, okay? It's up almost 1%, but you will notice if we zoom in here, it is actually down 3.5% and down 1.7% in Ethereum, which means that actually you would be more profitable short term to be holding your money in Bitcoin, versus some of these other altcoins. However, of course, if you are looking to short these coins or, maybe long them if you think they're going to trade with Bitcoin, you can do that over on Femex. For example, you can trade Chainlink, Tezos. You can even trade gold futures if you want, as well as Bitcoin as well. If you guys are interested, I do have a tutorial for this that is popping up above. And of course, I do have links below. They do have an extra $150 bonus if you want to use the link. But moving on back to Bitcoin, because I think all eyes are on Bitcoin today, we need to talk about how we are finally having that decoupling from the stocks. You can see Edward Charles, he points out right here, a much anticipated decoupling has finally begun. And I think you can see there's a clear difference between the S&P and Bitcoin right now, okay? Also, not to mention the fact that in the past year, today, we have the highest searches for the terms buy Bitcoin and also Bitcoin halving. Right now, you can see this is in the US. I'm not making this up. This is live on Google Trends right now. People are getting excited about buying Bitcoin. Oh, and it's not just retail and it's not just new people coming into the space. Check out this data over here from Willy Woo over at Woodbull Charts, and he says it's whale breeding season. He says whale population spotted increasing in the wild. They've been in solid accumulation mode since the beginning of this year, despite the pandemic. He says this is macro bullish. Now, to put it into perspective, what is a whale? Well, he considers a whale any entity holding over 1,000 Bitcoin. So people that are already holding 1,000 Bitcoin since the beginning of the year have been consistently accumulating Bitcoin while everybody else was panic selling. So that's what the smart money's doing, guys. You do what you want, not financial advice. But one thing fundamentally we do have to talk about is not only the fact that we had an all-time high for the hash rate briefly the other day, but if we just zoom out and take the 30-day average, we are basically about to break that for an all-time high for total hash rate as well, which means that once again, the Bitcoin network is the safest network on planet Earth. And of course, we do have to talk about the elephant in the room, the Bitcoin halving coming up in 5 days. The moment is almost, I'm so excited. You can probably tell by the intro, right? We're finally having the Bitcoin halving. And yes, if you're wondering what the Bitcoin halving, why I did that in the beginning, it was for this video. If you guys saw from the Coin Bros, it's the Bitcoin halving official music video. And basically they're just like cutting things in half and doing stuff like that as well. So yeah, let me know if you guys can spot me in the video. But so I'll drop that link below. Now, here's the other thing. According to a poll taken by cryptocurrency service forum RockX, 57% of Bitcoin miners in China are predicting a large influx of buyers in the cryptocurrency space in the next 6 months. 45% of the poll believe that the price of Bitcoin will surge between 10,000 and 12,000 in the next 6 months. 14% are confident that Bitcoin will see a price tag of $15,000 or more, and 24% of the poll's respondents expect Bitcoin to remain around this level. So really the majority are not looking for a major dump. Now, I did talk about the possibility of retesting the 200 weekly moving average just because I want to be objective on this channel, but these guys are pretty excited. In fact, nearly 3/4 of them basically say that they think that the rise of this will be because of a confidence in the cryptocurrency markets. And you have seen sentiment change as far as people feeling bullish or bearish with crypto. But of course, we do have our friend Peter Schiff, always bearish on crypto. He says Bitcoin bugs are touting Bitcoin's slight year-to-date outperformance over gold as a sign of Bitcoin. Year-to-date, Peter Schiff, we've been outperforming gold since the inception of Bitcoin. But okay, I'll give him the floor. He says on a risk-adjusted basis, Bitcoin's 23% gains versus gold 12% rise is far less than impressive. With the halving just 6 days away, Bitcoin's year-to-date can fade fast. I like this by Tyler S. Peter, gold, Bitcoin. But come on, Peter. How long are you going to continue? He told people not to buy at $100, not to buy at $1,000, he just literally says never buy Bitcoin. If you took this guy's advice, you'd be sitting on your gold. Not that I'm against gold. I like gold, but come on, guys. It took gold 8 years to get back to almost its all-time highs. Still hasn't beaten its all-time high, whereas Bitcoin pumped in 2 days, it was able to basically completely outdo gold for this year. So, and the other thing that Peter Schiff doesn't understand is, please have a look at this chart. Look at how small Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is that little orange dot right up there compared to all the money in the world. Stocks, physical money, the gold market cap, USD in circulation. We also have Apple, Amazon, and the Bezos family worth $165 billion. So come on, guys. If you think you're too late to the party, you're not too late. You're early. People that go, oh, I missed out on all those sick gains from Bitcoin. No, you didn't. Especially with the fact that we have the Fed literally printing endless amounts of money. Oh, and not to mention, the U.S. Treasury Department plans to borrow nearly $3 trillion between April and June to bankroll the federal response to the pandemic. So, yeah, you guys can have a look at that article. This isn't going to stop anytime soon. So, in my response, buy Bitcoin. Not financial advice, but, come on, realistically, guys, you know my stance on it. So, let's talk about some bullish news and then let's get on out of here, guys. So I want to talk about BlockFi. Now, they actually have a cryptocurrency debit card. I think it actually is a credit card, they said, coming out. But check this out. That's not even the cool news. So they basically went on a hiring spree and they hired 2 prominent executives from the traditional space. Number one being the former American Express vice president, Whitney Ratchlin, and the former Credit Suisse director, David Alson, have both joined the firm. You could see former American vice president has led the business development for the new card. She's the chief growth officer, and that card is looking to come out later this year. And they say that the credit card is part of BlockFi's larger plan to evolve into a full-fledged financial service firm. So more opportunities for people to get into Bitcoin, really alleviating that sort of friction, that barrier to entry, right? Some people don't like Coinbase. They think it's complicated, whatever, stuff like that. Okay, well, now you're all used to using a credit card, right? There you go. Also want to talk about some good news for my Ethereum fans out there. New research suggests that the initial phases of the highly anticipated upgrade for Ethereum 2.0 could launch as early as July this year. Now, the research added that the launch is not necessarily as important as some people think it could be. Most of the economic activity is going to remain on the original blockchain. However, people are looking forward to staking, right? Stake your Ethereum, get a little bit of a dividend. Everybody likes to make some money on the side. And of course, I do want to just mention the fact that we have seen a lot of censorship going on recently. A lot of, basically it's everybody. Some people actually thought I was lying about this. Guys, I'm not lying. You can go on Twitter and look at some of your, literally, everybody. Virtually every crypto YouTuber has been censored that I can think of. Kevin Svensson, Tyler S., me, Nuggets News. So come on, guys. Crypto Lark, right? Everybody's been getting censored lately, guys. So yeah, it's not just me. But my point I'm trying to make is you can see that PewDiePie, the #1 YouTuber in the world, he's actually quit live streaming on DLive. Now, DLive is a decentralized platform. A lot of people say, oh, you need to go over to these decentralized platforms. Look, I totally get it, guys. But the problem is nobody uses them. So, I have, friends that use these platforms and, where I'm over here getting, 20K views per video or something like that. If you go over to a thing like DLive or to BitChute, you're only getting 100 views. So the thing is I would love to use these platforms, but nobody uses them. That's a big problem. If you guys actually used them, I would go over. Let me know. Drop a comment. If I switched over to a decentralized platform, would you use it? Would you actually take the time to go over there and watch? If you guys say yes, then I'll definitely do it. But for now, I just tell people to go follow me over on my Twitter. So far, I haven't had any issues with being censored over on Twitter. But I don't want to end on any bad news. I actually want to end on some funny news. So you guys know Craig Wright, right? Fake Toshi. Apparently, he is Satoshi Nakamoto. It says that he has. It says Craig Wright plagiarized plagiarized significant portions of his PhD thesis and tried to hide it. Now they say substantial deliberate plagiarism is present in at least 30 pages of Wright's thesis, including almost the entirety of chapter 6. In almost every case, he didn't even bother to change the sentence order. And I'm not going to go through this, but look at all of this plagiarism, guys. I mean, this is like one of the longest articles. It's crazy how much plagiarism this guy did. Oh, but this guy's totally Satoshi, right? Right? Yeah. Okay. So that being said, guys, I think we can end on that note for today. Bitcoin still hanging around. We will see, like I said, we are at a very critical level right here. This is an extremely important resistance. You know, we've been held back every single time we hit it. So we will see if Bitcoin can hold above these levels today. You let me know what you think about that below in the comments. But until next time, that is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel. You guys rock. You're the reason that I do this every single day. My name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.